Yes, thanks for staying with us. So the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, will probe the circumstances surrounding the reported shooting in South Africa, the ongoing reality show. Very, very popular reality show, everybody knows. According to the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, the NBC should determine whether the multinational company that is shooting the show in South Africa has breached the code in any way, as well as issue of possible deceit, since the viewing public was never told that the event should be staged outside Nigeria. Now, the whole Twitter, online, Facebook, everybody has been expressing their views on this matter. It's really hot. So we thought, let us hear your views, our own viewers. Let's hear your views on this matter. Was the minister right in asking for a probe into the matter? Or who is really wrong in this matter? You can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so you can read your tweets. Right. Who wants to go first on this matter?
I don't want to brief for Minister for Information, but I'm in support of Nigerians that are aggrieved. It seems to me that this popular
reality show.
No, the station, the
cable
network is always geared towards the tourism potentials of this country in question, and they love to do everything because they've had another reality show earlier in the year that last year that they did in that same country. They find it easy. Now, the excuses they usually give us is that we have erratic power situations in Nigeria, which is wrong. I know for a fact that Lagos Island is under Ecodisco, and Ecodisco is up their game because I get at least up to 12 hours of power per day. Now, another thing is to look into alternative power solution. Do you understand? You can have an inverter in place.
Hey, Jesus
Put
Christ,
solar power there.
Listen to yourself.
Seriously, they should be patriotic. This is where they earn their highest. This country has made them so far. All their companies are running down here. Yes, we have they have businesses. All the malls, they are here. Right. They should go the extra mile to give back.
Right. Okay.
They should stop looking towards tourism and diverting every attention of the beauty of another country in our face when we have all our own resorts and all that.
It's just one house they're showing you. They're not showing you.
It don't matter. It don't matter. But
okay, let me come to top.
Businesses are going there.
This, I agree. I understand both parties. I agree with the both arguments make sense. Those four understanding that businesses in Nigeria are suffering, businesses in Nigeria are going down, and that our present reality and circumstances within the country doesn't make it easy for businesses to flourish. Sure. So if you want to remain in business, you might need to seek greener pastures. It affects the fact that our creams, our soaps, our consumables are all brought in. Even when they are made in Nigeria, they are written made in Nigeria. They are actually made in some other countries and brought in by Nigerians. I understand that part, and I can defend it. However, when you are a country has a bilateral relationship with Nigeria, you bring your business to Nigeria, you run a monopoly sort of business in Nigeria, you hold Nigerians to ransom in a lot of areas based on our government's incapacity to, lack of capacity to hold them accountable on a lot of things. Then they now create a reality show tagged something Nigeria. Then they did their shooting. They shortlisted people from Nigeria and took them somewhere else to shoot. But now, I feel that, is it that the Nigerian government didn't hear about this thing at all until they started shooting the reality show? One. Number two, if they want to make this production, the idea is that we pay for the content. It is, the subscription is paid for by Nigerians. Yes. It is geared towards Nigeria. Then the jobs coming in doesn't come to Nigeria. The engineers are not Nigerians. But you are making the money. The cameramen are not Nigerians. Everything is coming from Nigeria.
I think this mentality is what permeates throughout our entire society, because we assume that people should be giving us things. Oh, because we're Nigerian, we should be patriotic. So a business, hang in there. So a company who's supposed to be a profitable, making a profit-making business should just hand it over to Nigerians because,
that's why I said the government isn't doing their part, Mariah. Exactly. The government isn't holding them up, and we're just doing investigation.
Why should we put our torchlight on, or our criticism on the company? Why don't we just tell our own people? Why are we not telling the minister to focus on actually creating an enabling environment for businesses to thrive? So we don't need to go to South Africa to bring in a station, because for me, this goes more personal than just their show. Because me, I used to work in HITV and I have a personal issue with this company. However, I don't want to be emotional. I want to be professional. I think I blame the government for not understanding the economic importance of television industry in this country. And that's where my own grouse is. Not so much of the show. The show is just a minute part of
what
the bigger picture.
There's a bigger picture. Now, I commend Lagos State government because I heard that the governor is building a multi...
it's not about the building.
Hold on, Auntie, let me finish.
Before.
It's not, you see, that's the thing. It's not about building the structures. Yes, I agree. But you know that we know in Lagos, we don't just build because we feel like building.
But structure
we'll get it.
One of the things that the company complained about.
Of course, let me explain to you, Mariah. We're not talking about structure alone. You are saying that patriotism, you cannot, it's a business decision, Nima. It is where I would make the maximum profit. That is where I would invest. First of all, let us also, you are saying, you are celebrating,
they have already invested.
Wait, now, I want to take you one after the other. You are celebrating 12 hours of power supply. They have option of 24 hours of power supply. That they are not blinking. And you expect them, and you know that this business, this particular reality show is solely dependent on power. The cameras must be working 24 hours, 7 days a week. Is it in this your country where you will call a technician to come and do the job and the person is slouchy about it? Let me tell you something. This just brings to the fall. Let me explain. This brings to the fall how we have deteriorated in everything that we are doing. And if the government had any bit of what's it called? Respect for themselves. They should not have even gone to that
their mouth at all.
Open their mouth.
Hang in there. Let me take this call. Hang in there and I'll let you respond. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yeah.
Olayinka, go ahead.
Unfortunately, yes. My name is Olayinka from Mujubi. Hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. It is quite unfortunate that our government is misplacing our priority. I thought and I believe this is a purely business decision. A decision that is taken to suit the company itself, not to please Nigerians.
Exactly.
If we are putting up a sentiment that yes, they said their content this and that, and we are patronizing them. That is why they gave us the honor to take 12 Nigerians, not to compete among Africans, other African countries, but to compete among themselves so that the prize money will remain in Nigeria. That is the honor. Because we patronize them and all that and all that.
All right.
How many companies of Nigerian descent is actually doing this?
Thank you, Olayinka, for your point.
I disagree with Olayinka, who and you. The truth is that you cannot generalize and say Nigerians are slouchy about business and all that. They've had
Have you run a TV company before? Have you run a TV company before?
They've had an all-Nigerian reality show on this one before. And in Nigeria, we had our own Jumoke on the team. And the production team went, they performed wonderfully well. I'm still saying that.
Do you know the magic we do in these TV stations? Do you know the magic we do here every day? Do you know that the fact that you can see television on Nigerian TV is almost like magical, because the way we do work on this world, I'm not supposed to. It is magical because it is not international best practice.
Please, can I come in?
It is the magic that you're doing that these people are not willing to even go half a mile.
They should not, because it's not normal in their own times. It's not normal in their own climes.
This is why I fault government. Government has made business so rich,
easy
for them.
The government.
Make their business so easy for them. That's why they're not willing to go half a mile.
They are here because there's money to be made. If there's no money to be made, they will not be here.
And they want to
the government is
I blame Murayo.
Let me just make my point. I blame the government and I hold them accountable because they have not done what they should do. The government's job is to provide an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. The government, I hold them accountable. However, when you are a foreign business owner in this country, you have your way easily. Exactly. We have this law of rights.
Whose fault is it not to ensure that we have the right business regulations to curb their own excesses?
But I'm saying a different thing. I do not side the government. The government has a part to play. You cannot go and try this in Ghana. You can't try this. The government needs to protect the rights. We need to have policies that will protect the country.
Let me take this call. Thank God we have a business owner in the building. We're going to ask her our own thoughts today. But let me take this call. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Thanks for calling, Otumba Martins. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning to everybody.
Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, please, this issue is not debatable. It is very, very unfortunate that they will be transmitting BB Nigeria, Big Brother Nigeria from South Africa. It is extremely wrong, please. It's wrong.
You look at what Nigeria is contributing to DSTV. In South Africa, DSTV, they give it like what TVC is giving out to people free of charge. We are paying so much money here, and they are transmitting TV from Nigeria. We are debating it on live television. It's not debatable. It's wrong.
All right. Thank you very much.
I've not finished.
Let me welcome in.
I've not finished.
I need to finish hanging. Listen, we are moving. That is why a government that is thinking should be thinking forward. We are moving to, is it not digital space, as you said? I can decide to shoot from anywhere. If I decide that I want to go to Timbuktu to go and shoot this movie, I will shoot it and you will watch it. The point is, if we say that we want patriotism, let's also put in place that if you were the business owner and you were going to lose money shooting it in Nigeria, would you take that decision? Put yourself in that person's shoes and stop saying patriotism. If the government had done the right thing, that Nigeria is a ground that when you come, you become
High TV will be alive today. But let me let you go.
I don't have any issue.
They watch High TV die. Did they call? Hold on, did they call the company to say, "Come, sit down. You want to do this reality show? What do we need to do to make sure that this show happens in Nigeria?" They didn't do anything.
We need to hold our government accountable.
Certainly.
Now, it is not about patriotism that you put your business in Nigeria. You in Nigeria to make money. Now, when you know you want to make money, the Nigerian government should put policy in place to ensure that you don't just make the money and take it out. I know for a fact that if you go to Dubai, you can't order online. They don't promote online business because they want you to fly down there to shop there. The hotels will flourish. They have put policies on ground. Alhaji Mohammed isn't for me making the right decision. You don't investigate. You sit down with a team of gurus and put laws on ground that will prevent them from ever doing it again. Sanctions will come on them.
Let me tell you.
Don't use mouth. Don't set up committee. Don't bother with them. Put the laws on ground that will prevent companies from coming to Nigeria and fleecing
why they
us
are thriving
and
so
going away.
much because the exclusivity for sports.
So the government should do their own
should
part.
ensure that they actually change the laws to ensure that we also have access to the content.
Thank you for bringing NBC in. Please, what is the job of NBC? It's not to regulate content, for goodness sake.
Broadcast
regulation. So it's not location regulation.
I want to take tweets.
What is it that they are showing? Is it
NBC is a regulation of government, so protect our consumer interests. So they are doing their job. That's how they're
not doing their job.
One network from their country
tweets,
got a moratorium on tax.
I live in Jamaica. Sadly, in Nigeria, a socialist. Sugar. Tweets. Any tweets? Okay. No, we don't have to. We have to take.
When we come back, we're going to talk to a business owner. It's our personality profile week. We're looking at businesses and see how this person was able to take her company from where it was before and where it is today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. She's one of the female managing directors of broadcasting firm who studied mathematics at the University of Ibadan. She also is a stylish and industrious mother who combined both career and motherhood. She won the Best Female CEO Award of 2015. She's Adedoja Alan. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Good morning,
ladies. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes. So we always do personality profile once a month. We try to bring in successful people, business people, to inspire other young people out there. But before we go into where you're coming from and where you are, this drama that is going around with this reality show, as a business owner, what are your thoughts on this?
Are you talking about the economy?
Together, the influence of was it a right decision to take it to South Africa, the reality show? Do you think it was the right business decision, or do you think?
Well, I've heard you guys talk about it in your debate this morning, and I quite agree with a few of your views. I do not understand why it will be taken to South Africa. Okay. I mean, how on earth do we encourage our own local people? It's not the best decision to have taken in terms of doing that. So I don't totally agree. I think that we should focus on ourselves, on our local content, and our people, and grow.
Sorry, ma'am. Do you believe in handouts, or you believe in what's it called, professionalism and working towards like somebody, rather than handing you out something? would you rather work hard to get to where you want to get to?
Of course. That's the only way you're going to appreciate what you have.
Okay.
All right, let's
I
come
just
back.
wanted to clarify that.
A question. Many argue, based on this, that we don't have enabling environment to encourage businesses. We have issues with power supply. We have issues with lack of skilled labor, and Nigerians' dedication to work. You run a media-based business. You have to be on 24 hours a day. We know that we don't have part. How has business been? Do you think that, based on what is going on, the reality on ground, you have been encouraged to be a business owner in Nigeria?
Okay, first of all, yes, we don't have an enabling environment. You know, there's a power problem, all of this, we can count it. But at the same time, we cannot allow that to deter us from reaching our goal. We can allow it to handicap our businesses. We have to somehow look for ways of survival. And that's exactly what businesses are doing. It's not easy, I must tell you. Of course, the cost of diesel has doubled. You know, I sit back at my desk and I'm asking myself, how are people that are earning 20,000 naira, 30,000 naira, 50,000 naira, you know, coping on a monthly basis? Cost of fuel has, cost of fuel has gone up.
Transportation.
Everything has gone up. But hey, like I did say, we have to keep pushing.
No problem. We as Nigerians, pushing is not our problem. We've been pushing since forever. We as Nigerians, certainly we're used to it. But an international company who, in their own climes, things are different. You know, it's like someone coming from the US, their things are different there. And so, you know what? It's easier. Let me just take my product to my country, fix it, then bring it back, all done for you guys to purchase. Now, it's not patriotic, I know, but could you blame a business owner for taking those kind of decisions? Because you guys can suffer, you guys can struggle. It's okay. You guys understand your diesel issues. We don't.
Would you do such? Would you go and shoot another country?
But let me not bombard you. Let me not bombard you.
No, we're all guilty of it.
Okay.
We're all guilty of it.
Okay.
We all want the experts. You know, we all want the experts.
About you, so can you tell us a bit about yourself? And then
From business administration.
Your introduction now, Morel said you studied mathematics and into journalism. How did you, from mathematics, get yourself transition into that?
Well, mathematics is my foundation. That's what I studied when I went to the university. So I left University of Ibadan and then I went abroad to do my master's in business and information technology. And while I was doing that, I learned a lot about applying information technology to business. I also learned business process re-engineering. That means that you need to look into a business, an entire business holistically, and diagnose its problems and proffer solutions. So having that background, I started by, okay, what career do I want? What career path do I want? Do I want to be an accountant or do I want to just, you know, coast? So I started to pursue a career in accountancy while I was in the UK, but I didn't enjoy it. I didn't want to do it. You know, I'm that type of, oh, daddy said I must be an accountant, go and study ACCA type thing. So I started to do it, but I didn't want to do it. So I started to work as an account assistant and all of those. But fortunately for me, I relocated back to Nigeria, where, you know, I started to realize my ambition. So yeah, I was working in ARM as a portfolio manager, and then I left ARM to, I got headhunted for this job. They were just looking for a sound or strong business professional. Wow. You know, away from the broadcasting, you know, professional. They actually did specify that, you know, we want a business professional to handle this role for us.
I wanted to ask concerning how it was working in Nigeria, especially with well, I hate to use this phrase a lot, where as a woman, you have a lot of men who have been there for many years. I know the station, because we have a competing Christian, we don't want to mention the name of the station, but we know people have been there for years. Oh, I used to work in FRC. I used to be the original director of Kiniko, and now you, woman, you're here to be our boss. How did you manage those people? We know them, trust me. We have them in every station.
We call them the
Well, I guess they will try you. They tried me at the beginning. And then they realized, first of all, you know, jokes apart, that Well, she knows, she might not be a broadcaster, but she obviously knows what is right and what is wrong. And that's the first thing. And then the second thing, she knows how to run a business. You know, we make a mistake. Broadcasting, radio, whatever, journalism, it's about running a business. It's about the bottom line. I say it's about the bottom line. So it doesn't matter how many times you open the mic or how many content you run. You have to just turn it into money. Cash. Cash is king. And so at least that one, I use that one to tell them that, okay, I'm the master there. I can run a business.
Yes, well, now, you're a mother.
Yes.
How do you juggle business and family life?
It's not easy. But I try to strike a balance between my work and my family. I don't know.
You have 2 boys.
I have 2 boys.
How old are they?
11 and 6.
Okay.
I try. In fact, it's been very challenging in the last 2 years because I went to LBS to do my executive MBA because I want to improve on my business skills. So I had to juggle between work, family, and that.
Wow. Crazy.
So I'm very busy. My life is very busy, but I do try as much as possible to, you know, create time for family. Maybe we go on holidays. You know, I just leave that little window open. My weekends, you know, get involved in the children.
I wanted to ask you, back to being headhunted, because in Nigeria, we always believe that you need to know someone. And I want you to be honest with people watching, because some people actually don't believe they can, on their own merit, get a good job. They feel that I need to be connected. Anybody that gets a good job was because they knew somebody that knew somebody. How did you get headhunted to do this?
Someone that knew me and knew about my skills, my competence, just gave me a call and said to me, Doja, we're looking for a CEO in my organization, CTFM. And I, you know, you came to mind. You know, I can never forget. This is 5 years ago. And he went, you came to mind. I think you can do it. I think you can run the business.
What was the relationship with the person prior to?
Nothing. It just knows that I went to UI. I did very well in school. I'm very driven. You know, I was a serious type when I was in school. I read maths. So obviously to read maths, you have to be. Do you understand? So I was always very serious. I would read. I would study from midnight till morning, and my friends would call me a fico. I was like that. So of course the words, you know, word went around, and that was it. So, you know, talking about the young ones, I must say that Nigerians want shortcuts. You know that. You don't want to work, but you want to earn a living. And even when you get the job, you don't want to put all your effort in it to prove to yourself and the organization that you know what I'm worth. Paying me whatever you're paying me for. So I'm trying to go into some form of motivational speaking as well as mentorship. I set up an academy, for example, because I have a passion for young. I set up an academy to train young people to become, you know, like the FRCN type, to become broadcasters, to encourage them. Do not worry about the big people, the big names in the industry. You can aspire to be like them. But you need to start from somewhere, the grassroots. You know, you need to start from somewhere.
So in this your academy, because I know for FRCN, they just teach you the broadcasting part. Are you going to be mixing it with business as well? Because some people are good at what they're doing, but they've not been able to translate that into making money.
I'll tell you what we're doing. We teach them the core broadcasting skill. We teach them marketing, how, you know, you have to understand that you will market, your content has to be marketable. Then we go ahead to teach them again, apart from marketing it, you need to be all over social media. It's all part of your content and your brand. And then at the end of the teaching, we bring them on the radio, come and demonstrate. So we sort of do it like a 2 weeks internship, come and demonstrate practical what you've learned. So we put them.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll still learn more and here with Doja. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So I wanted to hop on something while you guys are talking. I know revenue has been so difficult in broadcasting recently because the cake is getting thinner, the slices are thinning out every day. everybody's going to the same big names, and it's hard to get that market share. How do you make your own business profitable? Because we're having that running course with lots of other stations trying to see how we can even get born to fight our battles on this matter. But how do you even manage?
It's the same thing as everybody. Same issues. We're trying to keep ourselves relevant. We try to keep our programs fresh. We do a lot of research. Yeah, basically. Yeah. And our marketing is more aggressive. Yeah. You know, knowing that there are 10, 20 other people fighting for the same thing. Yeah. So just relevance.
So back to the family question who I asked you. I remember when she asked you, you've been, I manage, I try, and all that. We are mothers. Yesterday, I can't tell you how I ran my 24 hours yesterday, but I finally slept at 2. And I had to get up by 4 today. How do you get help? Do you have, what do you put in place? Do you have your children in boarding school? I know they are of age, but how do you manage it exactly? Break it down.
Let's not get it wrong. Yeah, we all need help. So it doesn't matter we have a cook or, you know, a maid or whatever, that's fine. But you're still doing everything. So I'm like you. I sleep very late. In fact, I hardly take a 5-hour sleep at a stretch. I sleep very late and I wake up in the morning. So I have, quite early in the morning rather. Yes, I have help, but I'm very involved in what my children and my husband do. Like yesterday was my wedding anniversary. So I was 13 years.
Wow.
So I was actually very conscious that, okay, you know what, I need to close early and go home to meet my husband and my children, because in the morning they all woke me up. Happy anniversary, mommy, with cards and all this, you know, all the warmth, yes, papa, yeah. And so I said that to myself that, okay, it's not just about my husband now. We have children that we need to come together and, you know, bond together. Okay, so somebody was asking me if my children is in boarding house. I started with my son, my first is in GS1. So, okay, I thought to myself, maybe he should go to the boarding house. I went to the boarding house as well, so that he can get proper training and all that. Attention. So he did. First term, I didn't like it. I said to myself, you know what, all you need to do, Doja, is to give this boy a lot more attention. If you give him a lot more attention and your time, you will do what you think that they can do for you in the boarding house. Don't think, it's not the same anymore. It's not the same boarding house that we went to. Whether you like it or not, they're not, you know.
They don't pay attention like they used to.
They're not. So I mapped out everything to how I want to do it. Okay, in the morning, I'm going to ask him, wake up the same way boarding house, 5:30, lay your bed, do this, monitor him, have you taken a shower, quick, you know, all of those things. He come back. So I mandated the driver, who is very close to the family. I said, you know what, stop picking him up. Now start to come on the BRT or the Danfo bus. Whoa. And he looked at me and he said, Mommy, whoa. I said, you don't question your parents.
You have liver.
You don't question your parents. That is what it is. If I put him in the boarding house, I'm not going to achieve it. I'm saying that to myself, that you don't have to go to school in the Prado or whatever before you think that you're going to do well in life. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up.
I got to pause. I have a call. Hey, you have liver. The child to go in BRT. Right. Let's take a call. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yes. Thanks for calling, Ademola. Go ahead.
Yeah, topic about the Big Brother Niger going to South Africa. Seriously, I don't think it's a good idea. For me, it's a very, very disappointing thing.
Thank you, Ademola. Thank you very much.
Still on what you're talking about, parenting, because we realize that most people pursue money. There's a line, it almost looks as if, if you're pursuing money, your children will lose out. If you either maybe focus on your children and leave business for a while, but you seem to be able to balance both. What is suffering? Because I know that it can be something must suffer. Maybe is anything suffering, or you think, or how do you plan your day? Is it the organization or something? What are you doing?
No, the organization won't suffer. My personal life will suffer a little bit. That's all. You know, the time I spend with my friends, maybe going to parties, be on the phone, chatting, would suffer. That's what I've said will suffer. Okay. Nothing else would suffer. Okay. Do you get me?
That's great.
Yes. So it's about getting involved, you know, and I do that. And everybody laughs. But the driver comes back. You know, I tell you an experience. The driver came back to tell me one day, honestly, and I was very, very happy with myself. He said that on a particular day, they were in the BRT bus, and my son Akimbo sat in the bus, very quiet, looking at his environment, wondering what's going on, just sat there quietly. And there were other children from, you know, other schools making noise and being very, you know. And the people in the bus said to them, can't you see this little boy in Yoruba? Can't you see this other boy? Can't you see this boy? Can't you be like this boy? And they started to talk and chastise the other ones. And they all sat very
Oh my
quietly.
God, so it felt like a role model.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if he was going to school in the car, how would he be able to achieve that?
Yeah.
How many of
So
us would
he
take that?
sees that
He
as a
sees
value.
as a
Encourage him,
value,
yes,
to
yes.
encourage.
Yes.
Tell us
You
about
know.
your husband. You know, you went in England. He's been living in London all his life. You guys met there. You got married. How was that whole relationship? And how has he supported your career in broadcast?
He's a wonderful man, very wonderful man. He's born and bred in London or in the UK. So we met there, we started to cut there, and then we came back to Nigeria. He was tired. He said, you know what, it's better I come back home anyway. So we came back, I initiated it, and he said, okay, not a problem, let's try it. And we did. So when I took over the job, he works for himself. He's a real realtor. So he has more time in his hands than me.
Okay.
I won't say that I work for myself. I work, you know, even though if I'm the chief executive, I still have to go to work every day. So he sort of supports me when I'm not there. He's very hands-on as well with the children. So typically, oftentimes, he's there when I'm not
So it's
there.
not the average Nigerian man.
No, it's not. No,
So he
that
does-
much I can say. Even on national television,
You know that now, because a lot of Nigerian men that are watching you don't understand what this thing means. Could you tell us a bit or a sneak peek of, okay,
What
when
it
you say
does,
hands
I'll
on,
tell you
what
what
does
it
that
does.
mean?
I'll tell you
So
what it
that
does.
They know that
If-
there's a human being that can do it.
Okay, on Mondays, on Mondays and Thursdays, I have to stay back late at work because I do a show on, you know, on the station as well, a women's focused show.
Yeah.
So I have to, I think I get back home about 8:39. On those days, he's there with the children at the dining table doing their homework.
Fantastic.
No
Yeah.
qualms, just does it.
Sometimes his days is finished about 2, 3. He picks them from school. Yeah, on his way
Great,
back home.
Great. Fantastic. Well done, Mr.
Mr. Allen.
Mr. Allen, thank you.
Great. All right, let's take some tweets, please, for our guests. We forgot to collect.
goodness,
it
I
takes
forgot.
I'm just enjoying
Good
this.
Good morning, please. Can
It's
your
fine.
guests give us more info about the training they're talking
Okay,
about?
all right. So it's a training done by City FM, City 105.1 FM. It's called City Media Academy.
All right, you're using us for publicity. We don't want.
So
We
we'll tweet the
tra-
information.
No,
I
no,
think we should
no,
do
we
that.
should
Can you
Tweet it.
mention the academy?
Okay,
Let's
it's at
finish
it's
Oh, no worry. We'll
We'll tweet the information. We'll tweet the information. But on the last note to everybody watching, like, what would you say to that person that wants to go into media, or that person that just wants to achieve success in life?
Yeah.
What
Because
are the
to
pillars?
add to that, because you look so beautiful, attractive, all together, and young girls are like, wait, all they're
They want
thinking
this.
is design. They want,
Maybe
they
there's
want
more,
this
But they don't
tomorrow.
know how you got
They
there.
don't know the story. So
a lot of hard
so
work.
just yeah, a lot of hard work. You know that, but a lot of young girls just see you looking hot and they want to just be there. So just say
It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of commitment, you know, on my part. If you ask my staff, I don't rest. I'm always on the go, always on the move, having to improve myself, having to improve on the job. So yes, young girls, we see, you like her hair. I get a lot of, I like your hair, I like your
hair too.
Yeah, gosh.
and I laugh. I just
is
say,
your
well,
nails. Oh,
yes,
my God, please.
not a problem. I'll give you all the information, but you know, it's not. It's just not something that you wake up to just by
Yeah.
not doing anything.
All right, I think we can
thank
close
you
on that.
so much.
Thank you very much. I think we learned quite a bit from you.
Yes.
Yes.
In regards to the BRT ban.
I'll
That's how we can take on your view. Hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did. Have a lovely day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.